Testing. Blah, 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 blah. I forgot to warm up my voice. Okay. It's gonna be kind of rough in the beginning. My god. Okay. I'm just gonna continue where I left off yesterday. Check. Everything's wait a second. Wait a second. Oh, hello, Yaz. Hello, Silver. Hello, hello. It's too low here. good, I suppose. Just the same old. We're making progress, and slow progress. Everything else is kinda meh, kinda average. But I guess another way to think of it is that we're doing really good because, you know, when there's nothing bad going on in life, that is really good. The most boring days, I guess, are like the so-called the happiest days. Nothing to worry about. How about you, Silver? Have you been feeling better recently? Have you found more artists? My tablet is walking a lot recently. What's going on with the shape? I'm just gonna take it out then. Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. Because I always feel like not very good at conversing. Be good if you can find someone like on your same wavelength, I guess would be the same hobbies and stuff like that. I don't know what I just said. I might not have enough brain power. Now I have a new schedule where I come back from work and I just sleep until stream starts. And I wake up kind of groggy. Yes. More than that. Over here. Okay. Hello, Lloyd server. It is. Copyright free music. Very cool. I think I'm gonna change strats and start tracing the shapes as well. I feel like it's no longer about the whether if I can pick it up by eye now. I think it's more about just seeing a lot and a lot of shapes from the same artist, from different artists. So whatever that makes the speed goes up, I think is important. I'll still be doing the judgment in terms of breaking down what values should I be grouping together. Would I like to group what anyways, so that would be the part where I use my brain, but then I think the part where we have to get the shapes accurate and stuff like that, I'm just gonna ignore that. No, it takes a lot of time and I don't see too much benefit after doing the last 2 days of it, because there's always better exercises for those. Actually, I'm not even convinced that I really need exercises for those. Because whenever you're doing figure drawing, any other reference or any other studies, you have to try to pick up the proportions and stuff accurately by eye, and I think that's enough practice there. Anyways, hello Fuamoko. Welcome. Welcome like a big VTuber pair to my humble little channel here. What values am I grouping together? Oh shit. Yeah, the shapes are really fragmented. It looks kind of cool, but I don't really like it. Interesting. What should I group together here? I cannot see it. Group everything in the top with us? So we keep. Yeah, by name. Oh my god, art is so exciting, man. Guys. That you would have to ask the original artist. I think it's just part of their oh man, what's the word? Just part of what they like. Because there's quite a few of these where characters are bleeding. You have to learn how to draw blood at some point though. How to draw blood and like slightly more like horror-esque vibes. Those are gonna be very cursed streams. I mean, we just do the usual. I think the process isn't gonna be any different. We just do some studies like horror, what makes it horrifying, right? Like the contrast, the color, maybe there are certain shapes in there that makes people feel scared, stuff like that. But it'd be kind of cursed in terms of what like is being streamed, because we'll be going through a lot of like those horror images. Maybe you get like Jeff the Killer on the screen for like half an hour or something at least. It's gonna be like a burn into our brains. Might have to not do it on YouTube. I've never seen Silver use that emo before. I wouldn't... Yeah, I wouldn't exactly call the bleeding cute myself, but sounds like you know exactly why the artist did it, I guess. Perhaps, perhaps. Oh man, I'm not drawing the shapes correctly. Okay, I think I'm kind of done. Honestly, like at this point, I have already sort of gotten what I wanted to know out of this artist in terms of the shapes. There are some bigger the bigger general shapes that I do kind of like. But a lot of the tinier ones that's adding details are kind of just a little bit too fragmented. There's a lot of brushstrokes in there. There's a lot of shapes in there that looks kind of like a brushstroke, kind of like a pill shape. So yeah, I think I'm good. And I'm starting to notice, yeah, like why I think that I should just start tracing shapes instead of going through this process is because I feel like the part where I learn is the part where I process the shapes that I'm looking at. So as long as I can see it, I can make some notes already. I don't actually have to draw it out. Like this part seems nice, I feel like. But these guys that juts out kind of like a little bit too like, huh? I think I would just go with more rounder shapes. Even stuff like that. Anyways, places where the secondary set's gonna go in. Right, we're doing the method where we don't actually blur the edges, but we kind of just use colors to step it down. Be a better place to do this. Right, but there should still be some blurring. Hey, here. I'm just gonna trace the shapes here. Ooh. Yeah, sure. Yeah, we gotta cancel the other side. Cool. Yeah, okay. A little rather than. Hello, Debay. Hmm. What does that mean for us? Yes, I'm just going through I'm just thinking through every single step here. So I've just decided, like I don't know, half an hour ago, that I'm just gonna start tracing shapes because doing it by eye is really mostly just training whether if you can see the proportions, get it right, and put it in the right space, which I don't think is the important thing now. I just need to see a lot of shapes. I need a lot of shapes, so we need to go through a lot. So whatever fastest way for us to extract out the shapes is the best. And I have to make that decision when it comes to what value ranges are grouped together. So that's the part that is important, which I think is important. And then now that I did the hair, I'm just looking at the hair and I'm just thinking about the shapes that we have here. Especially like along the edges of the fringe. I'm just wondering if that was something that would feel good for me to paint. So I'm drawing this image in my head, and I'm thinking that, okay, I'm looking at the illustrations that I did before, and I don't think cutting out the shapes like that is something that I really like to do. And there's also a distinct lack of overlapping forms in this particular artist that we're studying right now. And that's going to add a lot of details in that regard. So I feel like I probably don't like these tiny little bits. It'll keep the shapes, right? We still have smaller shapes, but I think like I discovered yesterday, it's best to have like this minimum smallest size. Like there's a limit to how small each shape can get. I think. I mean, we would get like smaller ones later with paint overs and stuff. Anyways, I'm just running through this thought process in my head and just trying to see how I feel about it. Because at the end of the day, like when I start drawing, I'm gonna come across the same issues. I'm just gonna preempting the questions here that I'm gonna have. See if we can find an answer. I think that's another artist. Why don't I have one here actually? Well, can I put them here? Let me go look in the other reps. I think the coolest one we did, the coolest PRF board we did is still the hair one. Because it grouped by complexity. Where did I put it? I think it's this one. Yeah, this one where we group by complexity here. Top three artists, top three for the hair. I think. Oh, that's interesting. Top 3 overall. Okay. Top 3 overall should already be in this board here somewhere. Because these ones are the ones that kind of... but it's really hard though. Because like now that we've broken art down over the past few months into all the different components, I'm really starting to feel like there's only like a certain part of every artist that I really like. I haven't found someone that's like 100%. But there are people who are close, I think. But then getting top 3 will be pretty hard in that regard. And then we also have specific artists, like specific pieces from artists that I like, but may not like the other ones that they did. This water is really cool. I don't know if I'm just too fixated on the water too. Thematically, I really like what's happening here. You kind of have a character inserted into the real world. This is part of the stuff that I want to do as well. Kind of like stuff like this. And then we also have like who was it? I think it's like this individual here. There's also backgrounds and stuff. A lot of 3D rendering in there. It's really hard to see. I don't have this guy ready. And, top 3, huh? Man, that tablet is walking like crazy today. I think, okay. Anyway, we're regressing in terms of our tablet tech. Ability to control the tablet. Top 3. Yeah, this is very hard. It fell, yeah, it fell a while back. By a while, I mean like on Monday. Monday for me, Tuesday for you guys, yeah. Yeah, Duvet, I don't think I can choose top 3 just like that. It's even top 3 pieces is really hard. All of these guys here are mostly in here because they clear some threshold. And then above that threshold, I'm no longer able to accurately evaluate the illustration because my limit is at that threshold. So they're all like, oh shit, it looks really good. I cannot really compare them, whichever one is higher. Yeah, the direction is gonna still take a while. I do agree that like not having the direction is kind of hurting a lot. But then as we're doing these exercises, I'm also starting to get some insight into what kind of vibes I like. So I think that's we're still slowly working towards the final goal. But yeah, anyways, I think it might be jumping too far. I'm just gonna grab this. Just the artist I had in mind. Let me just put them here. So I don't forget. Gonna close this for now. Start any. Oh, is that did you mean to spell like tetra? Turta? I might have already skipped past. I don't know which one you're talking about. Oh, it was a blur. Let me open up the board again. Is it in this board? There are... Oh yes, this one. Oh yes, this one is AI, yes. Oh, I see, it's the artist's name. Good eye. There's like 2 or 3 pieces in this, which are AI. And this board. Most of them are not. This other one is as well, this one. I feel like, you know, the newer generation kind of fucked. Oh yeah? Interesting, I mean... I guess as long as they're having fun. Not sure what the purpose of that would be. But hey, my computer can run this for 100 days in a row straight. That's very cool. Here's 7. Gonna do a quick check here. Overall balance, huh? Yeah, it's viable. I think we need to take it in a vacuum. That means a lot of the sequencing that we're doing is not quite accurate. Okay. PW Cloudman. Oh, I see. They didn't even make it through. Okay. I mean, makes sense. Although 3 days in is pretty fast. But I guess they're using the tag, right? So that's gonna get people angry. That's gonna get people angry. But yeah, 3 days in. Thought they might at least go like a week or 2 or something. Yes, the commissions. Yes, I have seen I have seen those. At least the people asking for requests is still better than like, hey, would you like a commission? Oh. Yes, I would like to buy some you know, runtime on your GPU, please. Thank you. Let me make a quick note here. I have a lot of notes, which is good, because that at the very least shows thinking. Whether if it's consistent down the line, I think that remains to be seen. But at the very least, after a week or 2 weeks of this, I will have enough notes. I will go back and read it and be like, oh, I agree with this, I don't agree with this, and then I can get even more ideas here. So Assuming I can read my own handwriting. Ooh. Oops, what? Yeah. Yeah, like newer generation is just completely fucked because like I think right now the only way to tell if something's AI, like not just art, but like anything, it's just common sense. But that common sense was built over a period of no AI. So like what? The new generation grows up seeing cats dancing like a human, and then they're just gonna think that that's normal. I don't know how they're gonna draw that line. See a lot of noise in there, but I think right now the sequence is getting a little bit cleaner. We wouldn't get like okay, I see what the problem is. Oh, okay, okay. I don't know if I made this note before. Yeah, but I definitely don't like shapes that's kind of just like standalone in the patch of. So if you have like a plane that is supposed to be somewhat flat, like this one blob over here, I wouldn't like shapes like these. I think with low enough contrast, it's probably fine. You just add some detail, adds to the overall vibe. But then if there's too much contrast, it becomes like it stops making sense. Kind of like the one on top, to me. If it stops making sense, I don't really like it. This triangle right here. Clothing wise, I guess. Yeah, this structure is kind of nice. But I still don't like the tiny blobs. Okay, so we can grab out the big shapes. Pretty good. I'm slowly getting the direction. Oh yeah, Duvet, you brought up direction. Actually, I found like because I was like last Friday, me and Mia were talking about like the 3D stuff, right? The rendering stuff. And we found someone who I think what I wanted to say was probably like because in my head, like if you can render very realistic stuff and you can render very stylized stuff, there must be some kind of in between that we can do. Because we can see that in VR chat as well. You can put in different shaders. Although VR chat is very much limited to the more stylized side. But then there was this artist. I think what they did is probably realistic render. Let me bring it up real quick. Realistic render, but then with a filter on it. But as a result of the filter, it looks like it's somewhat stylized, right? So that means that you can paint something to that same level of detail and wouldn't be too jarring. So according to their own tweet here, the Blender overlay is something that they do as like a sort of experimentation. So this isn't actually done in Blender. I mean, there's Blender elements that's involved, which I think are the cars and the cart. I don't know about the character. But then if I can render something, stylize it with a filter, and then maybe some brushstrokes, then that would maybe be what I want to do in terms of a workflow. And now we're grabbing the shapes. But yeah, anyways, this one is really cool. It's individual here. Yeah, indeed. Right now, mostly, yeah, it's just touching a lot of different shapes and trying to see what I like. I think I've gotten all the stuff I want out of this. I think mostly. Wait, hang on a second. This individual. Oh, do you mean Miku? Yes, very cool, very cool. I think I'm just gonna move on. Miyu, oh, Miyu with the nosebleed, I see. This one, eh? Got a lot of blood, well, not that much blood, but like a lot of these, illustrations. I've kind of seen enough for the hair, perhaps. Let me see. I just want to look at the long parts. This is painted as a blob, I think. And then we have the bright side also painted in afterwards. I have to cut up the shapes, but the shapes are generally see a lot of similar patterns. So either ones that flow with the direction, or you have those isolated blobs again, somewhat in the middle of nowhere. Everything else is fine. Okay, I just pull out the clothing then. I pull out the clothing and the smoke. Kind of like the smoke at the very end here. You can see the brushstrokes, but I think the brushstroke plays very nicely with the with the sort of effect. Yes. Okay. Here. Get a bit of color. Hello, Kirio. Oh, it's already, yeah. Where does it end? Oh, I see, it's belly. Wow. You must really like it if you know the piece by name. Where does it go? It's the empty space, yes sir. Liyue. The second area that was unlocked. Is that? Oh, that's the lake? Is that the lake? Okay, that's the lake. I guess. Okay. Never mind. Still have to do this. Right. Okay. So what is that? Okay. Is it? Okay, be right back to washroom. Ooh. Uh, I don't know how to follow that up. I'm just writing down thoughts. And probably want to go over all of the notes at the end of the week. And I need to find a place in my head for the notes that I took. Because even like the interesting thing is, I think even though we're not drawing anything original now, not really. Because if you're doing original stuff, you have to solve your own problems, right? You have to find out what kind of shapes you want to put in and don't want to put in. But even though we aren't doing that, I'm still discovering a lot. Just seeing some potential issues that might come up and then just noting it down. It doesn't really change anything. At the end of the day, when we draw what we want to draw, we're gonna do it how we feel like doing it then. But just having it written down and then coming back to it, I always feel like that's... It's just it's just making it available to myself to be like, oh, I've thought about it like this before. How do I feel about it now? Do I feel the same? In which case, then maybe it's an important thing. If I don't feel the same anymore, you just forget about it. It's not that serious in that sense. It's just... Since we're doing this, I guess I might as well do it the way I think it should be done, with the note-taking and stuff. I'm looking at all these shapes and I'm like, what do I like? I really like the transition between one shape to the next, but instead of using like blurs and whatnot, like a soft edge, it's still a hard edge, right? But you have multiple different colors in there that steps the value closer to the other one. And then even for the stepping, so for example, like the stepping here, oh my god. So we're stepping through. This is also stepping, the loop part. But then it's stepping in just like this region. It's not like doing like a huge one on the outside. So we don't have these areas here. I don't know if that matters too much anyways, because it could look nice still. And part of the note-taking process is also me just trying to come up with... I'm not necessarily writing down stuff that I think is necessarily useful, but just everything that comes to mind now. Anything that comes to mind at all, even if it doesn't necessarily help. Something to work with later. I'm gonna bring this up, I think. I cannot see anything. If I move the axe a little. Ah, very cool. Okay, it's a lot maybe. I'll put it here. Just for you, just for you. I put it right where it should be. Where should it be? Somewhere here. Oh, too big. Very cool. Be darker, I cannot see anything. That would have been fine, but it wouldn't look as nice, huh? Interesting. Maybe it's too small, maybe it's something else. But okay. Okay. More awareness, mostly about all the different things I can think about. I mean, the effort required to learn, I think, is quite different. Definitely easier to learn just learn the word. Very, very important word. Oh, interesting. Wait, is that a line or is that just a shut? Maybe it's a line. It's barely noticeable. Oh, stupid. Over here. Wait, what color is this? Oh wait, I should just transit. I'll group it. One more? One more. Okay. Quite a bit darker. Not grouping. Just between group. Do I not use opacity? I want to avoid all those things at the moment because I just kind of really want to focus on the shapes. So this pen, I have it turned off. But I think even like usually nowadays when I do renders, I do tend to not use opacity anymore. Because having the ability to just focus purely on shapes then come in and deal with the edges. I feel like that has been very nice. Makes it very not overwhelming. What? I guess the way would be manageable. What is on this and what isn't on this? Okay, do it that way then. I'm starting to discover the trade-off between tracing and not tracing. I'm less actually aware of the actual shapes, but I can do the processing in my head and be like if I like it or not. But I won't be able to recall it, I think. Some of these shapes. I can always come back and reference it. But it's like interesting because I'm slowly starting to see. I'm looking at the reference. I'm tracing the reference, but then I'm supposed to be grouping certain values together. But sometimes I feel like, I feel like maybe this part would look nicer to myself if I done it slightly differently. Okay. Man, it's very wonky. I see. That be the... Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard this current one in game. I don't recall ever hearing this. Right, and then we can break it down further. What's the current status on it? It does exist. Okay, so that means upper and lower. Hello, Mizukine. Welcome. God, that's not a word. Oh, right, that's the last one of that region. Oh, right. No space. You should. You should probably sleep. Is that a bad time, I guess? Nine a.m. Okay. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you have the what was the word? Ability, or like the option. Yeah, if you have the option to sleep, might as well, right? If you're tired, you can't really do much. You have work. Okay, never mind. Hmm. I definitely feel you though. Like it's about the same. I would sleep like um. Let's see. When do I go to bed? I go to bed like 2, 3 a.m. I'll roll around for like an hour or something, and then I'll wake up like 8:30 ish. I'll be like kind of sleepy, but by the time I get to work, I'll be awake, and then I'll work. And then after lunch is like I cannot open my eyes. I've been in so many meetings where my eyes is just half open. And it's not like a big meeting, it's like just like two to three people. So it's very obvious that I'm falling asleep. And then if I can, I will try to take a nap at my desk. So nowadays I come back, I have to yeah, energy drinks. I suppose if there's no other choice. I do drink a little bit more coffee nowadays. Being able to get naps in is very huge. It's like a dude next to my cubicle who likes to take naps after lunch. But the annoying thing is that the alarm that he sets is very loud. Always gives me a stutter. dude. How do you have the energy? Is your work like very physical? Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely don't worry about the stream. I'll always be here. For the rest of the year, anyways. I'm gonna ignore this porch over here. And this exercise is very boring. I'm just tracing stuff. I'm learning stuff are very boring. Oh my god. Oh my god. God, this tablet is moving. Why is it moving so much? Let me think. Would it be better if I turned? Why am I applying my strength here? It's this way. I need to face. Oh, are you working that late, or are you like unable to sleep, or are you just having fun? That's why you're not sleeping. Ah, yes, I see the sacrifices we make. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Oh, is that why you're doing the virus? Studying concrete? Oh man, I'm so bored of this. Might want to change the stream of tomorrow. Oh, that was. Oh, you're talking about me. Okay. Oh wow. Was I doing concrete? Actually, I can't remember what I did. Yeah, I feel like definitely recently maybe it's a new, slightly different sleep schedule, but I've been getting worse at communicating at work, forming thoughts. Getting a stroke, maybe. Oh. Sorry, did I put it? I did it on the wrong layer. God damn it. Again, I did. I need to stream and play with friends. Okay, yeah, like, I mean, of course, of course. Let's transit the edge. Transit. It is presence. Right, I wanted to write this down, but Yeah, for sure. I definitely feel it now. Like I think as a kid, you get a lot of time because your parents are doing all the things for you. And then in a sense, that's like borrowed time. Because that's not how it should be. And then as you grow older, you get more responsibilities, and then the time you have and the quality of the time definitely goes down. It's just sad that like I think okay, this is just how things are, but I think it's kind of sad that it's always going down. Like it's always going from a very good state into a very bad state. Like there isn't like sort of this wake up call in the middle where you're like, oh shit, you know, maybe I should spend my time a little bit better, and then you know what I mean, like you can cherish a little bit of that. But it's always like by the time you realize it's already over. Yes, indeed, the virus. You definitely have time to draw. Hmm. Okay, I fucked this up again. Yeah. Stop screwing this shit up. Thank you. Yoink. Yes, sir. I think I've had this conversation before as well. It's really hard to yeah, I don't know how to even put this. Because before it's the same for me. Like I would rather play games instead of draw, because it's just easier. And I found it really hard to give up that playtime. Because I am always like, you know, I'm going to school, I'm doing assignments and stuff. You know, why can't I just come back and then like relax, right? Why do I have to put in more effort? But the part that changed wasn't that I was able to then give it up, was that I found art more fulfilling afterwards. It's really hard to just give up what you like currently or what you want to do currently. So you just have to convince yourself that something else is something that you want to do more. But I think that's the really hard part, because mine was born out of desperation, because I was looking at myself not changing for years and years and years, and I just had enough of that. And that finally got me to wake up and try a bit harder. Which is why I'm kind of grateful to like my own character, because this the presence of this character has helped myself like change my own life. Because the point of view is no longer just about like what I want with respect to myself. With an extra entity, the way I think would be a little bit different. The way I weigh things would be a little bit different. And that made it easier to give up like the playtime. To be like, yeah, I don't really want to play Maple Story anymore. Remember this time, like... Yes. Relationship really takes a lot of time. And it's such a toss-up. Especially when you're younger, you don't know what you're looking for as well. You don't know what is like good compatibility and what isn't. You invest so much time and then it doesn't work out. I mean, like, that's just how it is, but... To max level, what would I do? Drawing have no units. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Devaris. I feel like I have some similar thoughts as well, but like I feel like if at the end of the day, like for me personally, because after all those years I never did change, I always felt like I could just end this game. I would just like, but what happens is that I always like start a new one. Yeah. Alright, good night, Silver. Have a good night, Silver. And it's interesting. I think drawing having no end game is kind of what. Is it though? Not having like a distinct goal makes it kind of hard to keep going, I feel like. Not knowing what the end game is. Ah, okay, but it's a different consideration. It's not the fact about whether if there's end game or not. It's just that I didn't see my own end game. I didn't know where I was going. Okay, so inherently, so that isn't an inherent problem. It's something else. Yeah. No, I was just thinking, the virus, that if there's no like yeah, if there's no I'm done, I feel like that's kind of scary, because it feels like, how do I know, how should I say this? Like, if I want to know that at some point I've reached like an objective end game, like where I am at the top and I don't have to try any harder. I can be there and comfortably tell people that, you know, I'm at a decent level. I guess in that regard that is such a line. Anyways, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, if you can make use of your gaming experience, and that's also nice. Maple Story has very few pixels for clothing. And then the other game that I spent a lot of time in, TF2, is just hats. So my game choices doesn't offer too much in that regard. Hat Simulator. Cool. Very, very cool. Man, even just tracing is such a drag. Maybe we should do more sketching. You look at my Twitter off screen here. Very scary. I see. Tomorrow is what? Tomorrow is Thursday. I feel a lot of things happened this week. Anyways, yeah, Keking, I don't think like most of us have time to play now. This is just work, come back. Like, making a meal was surprisingly takes a lot of time. I'm already doing like very stupid stuff. I'm just thawing out like chicken breasts. I'm just cooking it, and then that's it. I don't do anything fancy. I don't do any marinating. But it still takes a decent amount of time. Half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour. And then let's clean up. Me and Tuna can. Very cool, very cool. Actually, that's a good suggestion. I just don't want too much canned stuff. So I'm worried about the preservatives. But I should... I can eat some tuna cans. I do like tuna. Tuna? Cancer food. The other thing I'm kind of grateful for is that my job doesn't impede into my... It doesn't interfere with my personal life. Like, if you have a job that's very demanding, that's very stressful, that's all you can think about, it makes it really hard to draw as well. Right now, being able to do this right now, I think is very good. Very content. Interesting shapes here. Mm-hmm. What am I doing? Cannot see it. Yeah, I think we're at the limits here anyways. About it. I might do just sketchings tomorrow. Been dealing with a lot of values for the past 2 weeks. I think it'd be kind of fun to go through like a bunch of different artists with a bunch of different styles and proportions. And then we just use the same pose, but I will self-insert my own character. And then see how I feel. It'd be like it'd be an actual style exploration. After 108 streams. We're doing some style explorations. See if there's anything fun there. I guess I don't actually have to draw the smoke. It's already broken into 2 shapes for me. What? There's nothing else I would add. Huh. One's in the front, kind of fragmented. Let's bump up the thing. Okay. Oh, a comic. Those are hard. Comics are hard. I have no concept of like the what's the word? Paneling and the camera angles. The comics manga is very hard. Cannot imagine it. This one probably looks like a really big brushwork. Yeah, very big, very bold brushes. Huh, wait a second. Are we... Is there selection bias here? Wait, hang on. But then the other... I think it's fine. I'll definitely do this one at some point in time, this one with the background. This one would just be like a value study. Actually, no, maybe we should do like a color study. Maybe this can come afterwards with all the colors and stuff. It'll take like a whole week maybe just to paint this. Gonna skip this one. Okay, what do I want to do now? Gonna explore a bit. Where is Moe? Yes, here it is. What's their name again? Izu. Ah, yes, it'll be like the old ones that we did. Oh, hold on, what a call. Oh, wait, what? Copy? It doesn't let me do it. Copy? There we go. So this is a piece from a while back. I don't remember how long ago this was. I have the Clip Studio actually. I'm just comparing the shapes then and now. Wait, how big is this file? Why is this so... what? Anyways. Even texture. Change shapes in the back. Right. Maybe I do like edges. They're harder more. Where are the soft edges though? Color transitions, gradients within singular shapes. But then where do you draw them? Doesn't really matter. But yes, it's the majority. Maybe the problem is some of these shapes. Yeah, some of these shapes, like these shapes here, I always feel like they're kind of small relative to everything. Maybe it's a balance of detail problem. This is the only part that is like really... these guys here are really tiny. It doesn't feel very balanced. This is kind of complicated. Oh, maybe it's not a small shape problem. That will explain why it's... okay, yeah. the contrast control, right? Yeah, I should read. Would have had problems if it didn't read. The other ones are not that special. Face balance problem, I think. Should be the color tone. Yeah, this is kind of fragmented. This would have been nicer if the bright part is a bit more grouped on the clothing here. And these guys here, yeah, these guys here have two soft edges. Everything is kind of blurred out. And the blur is stretching over too big of a region. Yeah, the one thing I realized, I don't know why it took me so long, but like, whenever I paint clothing, yeah, I had a tendency to blur it over a very large area. And then I realized later on, much later on, that you should just blur a little bit. Sometimes even you blur it and then you repaint the hard edge in. I think that explains why I like the transitions with just stepping through colors, because it keeps the edges hard and clear, and reduces the chance of me accidentally just doing too much blurring. Actually, the most recent one with this one is slightly better. The balancing between blurred and not blurred. You don't want to do it too big. Right. Air will have its separate issues, but hang on. Current formula is non-existent. No, yes, but we're not doing this kind of rendering anymore anyway, so I don't care about that. What's the difference again? More lines holding the shape? Oh, very nice. Congrats. 2,000 views on TikTok. 2,000. Yes, very good. Like, it's like you learn something and you can leverage the original artist's clout a little bit. Shreds. I mean, I do think that AI art has like very good that's like very good colors. They have some very creative, well, maybe creative is not really the best word here, but there's some shapes and patterns that you don't really see. I mean, how good they are is to be seen, but I always feel like there's probably something there that you can get out of it. Okay, yeah, I know what my problem is. Definitely is too much blurring. I've always heard that like beginners have this issue with using too much airbrush, and I was like, nah, I'm not using airbrush. I'm just putting shapes down and blurring it. I guess I'm blurring a bit too much. It doesn't look bad. It's just that I feel like I like styles with a bit more edges than more edgy. Face more edgy. Yeah, only thing I dropped the ball on is the clothing, but I still wouldn't know how to render this though. Still don't know how to do it. How do you do this? Shapes here. How would I do it any different now though? Aha. I think it'd be that different. The line doesn't inherently cause any problem. Is it a quantity problem? Be more slender. More overlapping. Heavy on the lines. Perhaps. I never finished this. Where is a line layer? Right. The problem line weight problem. Those ones don't count. Okay, where does that leave us? I'm looking at all my old art. All these things that I never finished as well. Because I've gone through like so many... I wouldn't necessarily say a lot, but like I've gone through quite a bit of different ways of doing the same thing, I feel like. Because I never knew what I wanted to do. And I never knew what I was doing. That's also a problem, but... But what I do have is all the... I remember doing it, and then I'm seeing it now, and I'm seeing the problems. And I'm thinking about how I would do it differently. And to which I have no answer, I think. I don't have a clear answer. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. But if I account for the stuff I did before, how I feel about them now, along with the new stuff I've learned, I feel like that would push us in a specific direction, and that's probably gonna help me narrow it down, that is. Looking at stuff off screen here. And this one is so like blurred out. I don't have any like hard edge basically. Everything is like a gradient. What would be the problem here? What are the balancing problems? Unclear shapes. Too much detail. Too many small shapes rather. It's not very balanced. Oh yeah, actually interesting. What are the rules for that? I don't see that a lot here. I think another problem that I had before was that I would break shapes down. I would have the shadow and the light, but then sometimes I would have these layers that sort of apply to everything. Like the glow dodge, like I think it's a glow dodge in the back, I'm not sure. But there's the darker part of the hair and the brighter part of the hair in the so-called the shadow part, I guess, the red part here. Then there's like this blanket cover on top where you can see the textures going across all these different shapes. And that makes things very noisy, very easily, very quickly. I don't know if any of these artists that I'm admiring does this, because it doesn't feel like the shapes are that messy. It feels very deliberate. It feels like anything that is applied overall would just be a gentle gradient. It wouldn't be cutting more shapes up like this with the hard edges. So the hard edges should be more deliberate, I suppose. Yeah, it's kind of hard. I'm looking at the old stuff and I don't feel like I can do much better. Like right now my mind is blank. Probably have to put pen on tablet just to figure it out. Let's try some stuff. Oh yeah, I remember I seeing someone's style that's just purely shape based and I did this. If anybody knows this VTuber, mad respect. Okay, I think that's all my old stuff now. Thereabouts, I think. There's also like some Fubuki stuff that I posted on a separate account. And they all have a different style. I think everyone had like a different style. This one is just not even really rendered so much. I guess I like the can though. I do kind of still like this can. I feel like, yeah, it's too smooth. It's a bit too smooth, man. Simpler shape. I think what we're doing here, objective is different. What about this? Right. Let's convey the idea though. Huh. What is the lacking part? Not clear enough? Yes, it is not. Bigger shapes. Oh, this is a study, I think. Or like, it's a study of a photograph for the clothing, if I remember correctly. Yeah, these edges are still too blurred. Oh, I see. It's the fact that it's not very balanced. We have very blurred stuff, and then we have very crisp edges here. And these edges are... These hard edges are along places where there should be some blurring, and then so there isn't. So it's kind of suggesting like a cell shading kind of thing. But then we have the other ones where the curvature is maybe less, but then yet it's more blurred. So it's not very consistent. I think that's probably making it feel kind of bad. Should maybe cut out a bit too much. We have this over here. Might be that different. Consistency. These are not very relevant. It's not very relevant. It's not rendered. Shape. Probably not full shape. So we're talking about, so it's the same thing here. Okay, I see. Same point here. So the shadow cast down, yes, it depends on the light source and how that works. Yes. Haven't I done this nonsense before? Uh, I think that's fine. I think that's a new color. It's more of a color color. Oh wait, hang on. Let me finish writing this. Speak on primary with a gradient. Right. Alright, but overall that's enough to work with. Yes. Right, but otherwise this is kind of lacking. For every part we basically only have one shape for the light and one for the shadow. That's it. There's no further breaking down. The colors are very boring mostly, but I think it works kind of because there's a lot of stuff going on. Contrast 80 10. Huh. 20 points here. Okay. No big group of shadows on the characters. Yes. How would that look like actually? Would that be more... Yeah, definitely need to be more aware of the... Need to do some exercises where I just break down into like the big patch of light and shadow. Just to get into the habit. I don't think it'd be necessarily hard because we just need to do it very roughly, but I don't have the habit of doing that. And now that I think about it, yeah, every time I paint it's just going straight into the smaller shapes. I've never thought about big, small, medium. So it's probably just need a... Oops. Not related. Okay. Yeah, I think I put the fuck in that. I had a bit of time pressure on this one, so I think some of the decisions was just to make it look good and then forget about it. Not be too serious. Which is why I actually got finished compared to all of these other ones that never finished. Cool. Yeah, I think coming back once in a while to all the old stuff, very, very helpful. I'm seeing some stuff that I never saw before. Yeah, this one was also very simple shapes. And I don't know what else I can do with it. Yeah, this part is kind of too smoothed out over here. Yeah, but what can I even do though? Like with all of the what are these animals? Because it'll just be smooth, right? Like what else can you do with this? I guess you can't really do... So you would put more detail somewhere else then, perhaps. Maybe add some textures along the transition. And then that would be the limit for these guys. Maybe add some more detail on the bed sheets, or maybe on the walls or something. These bandanas. On the tail. And the hair. So we should have... oh. So it'd be this part, I guess. It'd be like high details here. And here. This would be a wrist. Yeah. No idea. No idea yet. How much else I can do? What did I do for this? That's the backup copy. Okay, nothing here. This was also just singular shape. Okay. One light source, second light source. That's it. And then one light source. One light source. Secondary. One from bottom, one from top. Top, side, bottom, up. Doesn't exist here. Okay. Let's need more. Oh. Not there. Not be what it is though. The beat over there and the beat over here. B minor. Oh wait, is it just... No, it's not. Individual pieces, it would still be very distinct. It's not so much. Right, so the shapes are just cleaner. It worked. I think it would. Okay. Interesting. Definitely like cleaner shapes, more deliberate shapes. I'm talking like very... But like as level of cleanness is kind of hard. But I think that's what we might be striving for. I feel like if we ever do some original stuff, I should probably stick to not using any soft edges for a bit, just to see how far I can go with just shapes. And then that will help me be a bit more aware of the shapes as well, and more deliberate. So I'm not just like trying to cheat it by blurring stuff like what I always do. Did I write any notes for this? I did. Cool. I think that's kind of it for today. I might just do some sketching tomorrow just to change things up a little bit. Yeah, I can't. Man. Yeah. Definitely cleaner shapes. I need to do something. Okay. Yes, I'll just do some random sketching tomorrow. Maybe if something is very inspiring, I might decide to render it, and then there'll be a good opportunity for practice and try to experiment with some more shapes in our own piece. But I think that's it for today. I'll probably stop here. I did what I came here to do, which is just to explore a few more, make some more notes. Honestly, I still don't know if any of what I'm doing, what I'm writing down makes that much sense. But as long as writing the stuff down, as far as I'm concerned, that's good stuff. Because I'm thinking, then I can come back and evaluate. So, and that is all up to just practice, indeed. Okay, yes, thank you guys for coming, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. No, of course. Thank you for coming here. Alright, goodbye.